Alright, and we're live. How do I reset this? Oh. There we go. Oh yeah, sure enough, sure you did. Hey Kitsune. Well, let's see here. Let's see if I can't... Shit. Oh yeah, sure enough, sure you did. Shit. Gonna mute that. Well, what more can I say here? 100 subs. I won't lie, I know 100 isn't a big milestone by any stretch, but I can't lie and say I expected I'd get to at least 100. I honestly didn't expect I'd get any further than what I did. Alright, Mom. I'm doing pretty fine. Yeah. 100 subs. Honestly, never thought I'd get to this point. Way back when I started doing this channel, I learned very quickly that YouTubing was a lot harder than I made it out to be. Keeping up with content. Keeping up with content, doing all that kind of stuff. Shadow Error, welcome to the stream. Very quickly realized that only uploading once every now and again isn't really enough. But my channel has grown exponentially in the last month alone. Last month, 2 months. And really I can only thank, hang on, let me check something. Are you online, you little shit? Oh no, he's not. Like I said, I never expected to get to where I am today. As much as, 100, once again, small number, pretty corny thing to think about, pretty corny thing to say. But it's the honest to God truth. Back when I started my channel, I made a lot of promises I couldn't keep. A lot of promises I couldn't deliver. I made several promises that I was going to start a Pixelmon series. That never came about, as my computer, as much as it's been a big help to me, sadly isn't strong enough to handle that much graphic. It is a big milestone, and I'm very happy about that, Kitsune. Pixelmon was something I'd wanted to do forever. I mean, the graphics in the game, everything in it. Pixelmon just blew me away with how good it looked. And I wanted to share it with everybody, but sadly my computer just wasn't strong enough. Back when I started, a lot of you who've probably been around long enough, or those of you who are new and went back and watched some of my older videos, would have seen stuff like Pokemon Glazed, Pokemon Dark Rising. Both are series I have yet to finish. So, and if you haven't seen those series yet, go ahead and go take a look at them. Tell me what you think, and tell me if you'd like to see me return to those, because Dark Rising was a lot of fun. I recently beat the second game, and it blew me away with the amount of detail put into a ROM hack Pokemon game. But, yeah. I can also safely say I couldn't get to where I am today if it wasn't for, my friends, Addison, Dakota, who a lot of you, if you were around, Saturday, met my buddy Dakota for the first real time. He took over streaming for me that night because I was unbelievably exhausted. But, yeah, I went back, watched the streams, and he did pretty impressively. So, kudos to him. I'm very bummed that Addison sadly couldn't make it to the stream. I think he might have fallen asleep. Or might be asleep already. Something around that area. But, if he shows up, well, great. If he doesn't, I totally get it. Work comes first, and it's still relatively early for me, so I have some time to kill. And some time to do this stream. Alright, well, what's the biggest thing that... Well, there is one more group of people I have to thank for getting me to where I am today, and that's the subscribers, you all. If it wasn't for everybody here in the chat tonight, my channel wouldn't be anywhere where it is today. Hell, I probably wouldn't even upload as much because with the amount of subs I had back before I really started getting back into uploading again, I probably would have just lost the will. One other thing. One other thing I should say is, now, currently, is a Cody Games community Discord server. Hey, Rye, welcome to the stream. Oh, somebody might pop in later. When did you hear that, Kitsune? Well, anyway, not trying to cut anybody off. I'm gonna set up camp here. Yes, it's a big thanks has to go to the subscribers, you guys, for all the support, all the watches, all the views, all the likes. So now that we've hit this big milestone, and it is a lot compared to a lot of things people think about my streams, it's a very big deal, and I'm gonna get very personal in this stream. So everybody comfortable who is? Then let's get going. I didn't have the... No big deal. 7:45. Oh, he was online. and then he wasn't. I was gonna say Addison was on Skype, but then he wasn't, so he must have just gotten on and then gotten off. Weird. Anyway, my childhood, contrary to what a lot of people think, wasn't exactly the easiest. The two sides of my family always seemed to be locking heads with one another. Well, a lot of darker past points about my family kind of came up later in my life, but we're not here to talk about that stuff. We're here to talk about primarily. There's a fisherman villager? Weird. When I turned 13, I assumed I knew more than... I made a crafting table. Where the fuck did I put it down? It's right there. And... yes, a lot of people are probably going to get irritated. This is probably going to be a stream of me doing nothing but talking, so... this is very personal, and I am ready to share a lot of my past with you guys, so... maybe later, Rye. It all depends. So... about when I turned 13 to 14 years old, I began to assume that I knew more than a lot of people because, I was a stubborn little brat who knew better than anybody. Give me one sec. So, where was I? Oh, right. Preteen years were really weird. Preteen years also saw me through a really hard time in my bullying days. Not me being a bully, but me getting bullied. I was constantly picked on, time and time again. And I was a Chinook student. Chinook basically, it made me feel like I wasn't worth having around because I didn't play sports. I wasn't fit. I was nerdy, and I enjoyed card games and video games. And to Chinook, that was an unneeded luxury. Oh well. An unneeded necessity to my life. So, Chinook decided to pound it into my head that I was the equivalent of dirt, in a sense. They didn't say it outright, but they sure implied it. Another little interesting detail is, because of my social standing in middle school, I was left to be pushed around and oh shit. What's up, dog?
What up, bitch?
Hey, fuck, it's in my axe. Playing Super Meat Boy?
Not really.
Or you just kind of tuning in, tuning out?
I just got high.
Well, if you want, you can be high and jump onto this Minecraft game with me.
And made like 3 sandwiches.
Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, if you want, you're welcome to jump onto this Minecraft game with me.
I might later. I'm playing Super Meat Boy since you mentioned it.
Alright. I'm primarily telling stories, so you might be listening to some story time. If you want, you can even provide input on the stuff you know about.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
So, shit on me, where was I? Oh fuck, spider. Right. So, yeah, middle school basically told me I was dirt because I wasn't athletic. They didn't say it outright, but they sure implied it. In like an hour ride? Maybe. Get in there, you idiots. What are you doing? Wow, there's like one huge fustercluck going on in this house. Hey guys. Hello, comrade. Then came high school, and I'm not afraid to say I was terrified of even going into that building. I know it wasn't Oli, but I know it was Oli. Addison's now in the chat. I had to deal with my newly obtained self-esteem being so non-existent to the point of I sat by myself and basically refused to talk to anybody. Fucking zombie. Then I met my buddy Joe. He met me through me rambling about talking about some stupid bullshit superhero I made up called Mexico Man and his sidekick, the albino burrito. True story, by the way. That is a conversation I've had with a human being, is about the legendary superhero of his time, Mexican Man, and his sidekick, the albino burrito. Yes, I am. That joke was very racist. Do I feel bad? Not super especially. Probably one of the weirdest conversations I've ever had with a human being. Next to the shit me and Addison talk about... Oh, fuck, I fell in the well. Next to the shit me and Addison talk about, but then again, at that point, it's just, for us, it's natural.
The jokes I make are just terrible, Cody.
Fair. After Joe, I met, Addison. Meeting Addison was definitely the highlight of the year. No offense to any of the other friends I've made, but Addison was definitely probably one of the highlights. Never in my life have I shared so much in common with a single human being than I did with Addison. He was a Poke nerd, I was a Poke nerd, he was a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd. It kind of synergized in a really correct way. Rye, come on, you know I wasn't meaning anything like that. Besides, you kind of... Creeper. Like, I'm not saying meeting everybody is... Like, I have made friends at Olympia High School that are still here talking to me. When after school would have been... After the first year would have been done, my original friend group would have probably kicked me to the curb and traded me out with someone better. Which has happened, and they have basically made it point blank that is why they did it. They wanted to be cooler, so... And I didn't fit the criteria. And then... It was sophomore or junior year. I think it was sophomore year. Addison, but do you remember when I met Kayla and Kayla became a thing? Was that sophomore or junior year? Do you remember?
Oh, dear Lord, you think I remember that bitch?
I mean, I kind of do. It's a big part of my history. Kind of when I realized I probably make some mistakes in my life.
Dude, we've all done that.
I'm gonna go with maybe it was my junior year. No, yeah, my junior year. Junior year, I met a woman, a lady, a girl named Kayla. And if she's watching at this point, the amount of fucks I give her minimum. You know what you did, and I don't feel bad about sharing the story. You! This villager is an idiot. I want you guys to go back and rewatch that in the stream. He literally tore ass out of the house right into the path of a zombie. Anyway. It was going fine for a while, but then after a bit, she started to control a lot of what I did. And at first, I didn't even see it. But people pointing it out to me... The first person who really pointed out anything to me was Addison. He pulled me aside one day and said, literally just looked at me and went, "Dude, are you okay?" And in my mind had been tricked into a way to thinking, I am lucky if a girl even looks at me, let alone talks to me, so you stupid fucker. So... This librarian is easily the dumbest villager to ever exist, period. I can't afford to keep trying to save his ass. I'm almost dead. Yeah. Kayla was interesting. She basically kind of told me that
He couldn't have a life.
pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah,
Crazy, except summed up in, 3 words.
Yeah, it... Like, whenever I would go to Rye's house for D&D... Kayla fucked my head up pretty bad. As much as I used to think she didn't, admittedly,
His crazy ex, he's telling the story. She basically made it so he couldn't have a life without her, sort of thing. Like, you do anything and I'm fucking mad now, and now you have to answer to my bitchness.
Like, 2 very good examples of this are these. So my cousin Steffi was getting married. You know, she wanted me at her wedding. Who wouldn't want... and of course I'd want to go. But she got all bent out of shape because I wanted to go to her wedding. I told her, I'm going to this wedding and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Get pissed at me if you want. I don't care. I left, came back, and she expected me to spend the rest of the night with her. And I was exhausted because I had been out literally partying for the last 5 hours. She cared nothing about what she could offer me. She cared more about me giving her... This is the way I guess to describe it. Another story, and this is the one that really started to cement the thing that basically made me fall out of favor with Kayla, was when I was at Rye's house watching a movie, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
I remember that.
I'm trying... Were you there for that movie? Were you there for that screening?
I was absolutely there. Yeah, it was that movie that you can't explain the plot to unless you've seen it.
Yeah, it's that really weird frickin' movie. And I was sitting on a couch, and I think you were one of the first people who picked it out, but I don't think you said anything at the time. But I had gone pale as fuck. And I had just gone exceedingly Yeah. This villager is like having a conversation with a creeper. This is actually entertaining as hell to watch. Donnie Darko.
I can't fucking do it.
Donnie Darko, that's right. I was sitting on the couch and I had gone insanely pale. Because I had left without saying anything to her, she basically made up this lie that she ran outside, was yelling in the forest looking for me. Her parents had to drag her back into the side and take her to the hospital. And she was basically blaming me for it because I wanted to go hang out with my friends. Holy crest!
Holy what? You're making a pizza, buddy?
I said, holy crest. Fucking, I opened my door to get outside to go and fucking, start trying to work on this little town I'm trying to build here, in this little village. Expand it. The creeper is just sitting right there with a skeleton. Just like hanging out, like, what's up, dog? And then he blew up and took out half the house.
look at that.
Um, Turn it off, dude. Um, I basically, she basically made it to where I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go do anything. I couldn't. Son of a bitch, son of a motherfucker. Hang on, I'm gonna try something. I had autosave on. Are you kidding me?
I'm mad.
So am I. I'm very
Fucking
tilted.
super meat bitch over here.
Fucking creepers.
Can't be level.
I was gonna try to quit the game and restart it from where I had from the last save point, and it saved just as there it fucking was. So Christmas Eve of that year, and yes, I did this on Christmas.
Something important.
Yes, I broke up with her on Christmas Eve. It probably was a little bit of distactful, but I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want her getting on my case, especially on Christmas, because I wasn't spending enough time with her. That would have driven me bonkers. Last thing she said to me before I blocked her on Facebook, deleted her Skype from my phone, and all of that was, "I hate you."
See, but that's one of the less painful things that a girl can say.
No, yeah, she could have done a lot worse, like she has done fairly recently, where making all these weird accounts on Skype to message me and basically insult me.
Yeah, she's like, oh, how did I? Oh my god, sir. Never mind.
I had to deal with a lot, and I am so thankful for my friends for being there with me, probably for what was probably a big part of my past, and what probably rattled me and kind of... Now, here's a bit of a tale and a cautionary warning to any of you in case you just... Yeah, right, it was pretty nasty. About half afterward, and here's a cautionary tale. I was desperate for the affection. Take this page from my book and don't do it. Don't go onto the website Omegle and hope for a decent relationship, because it will not work.
No. Just don't go on Omegle.
Period.
Period.
Yeah, it's a fucked up website. The website has significantly downgraded to what it once was.
On Omegle, Ethan? Well, you're fucking lucky. I've
had a few fair conversations with some nice people on Omegle before. Like, I was waiting to I was stuck on the city bus trying to get home from work, so I decided to just boot it up to just have a conversation. Didn't even have any tabs or anything on. I just did it, and I actually had a really cool conversation with someone about Pokemon. Anyway, so about maybe 5 or so months after this, I met another girl. Her name was Kiamber. That one went lasted a little better for a lot longer, but clearly there was something my friends knew that I didn't.
Obviously.
So what they did, and I'm not angry for them. In fact, I thank them because they probably saved my stupid ass. They started a small chat on Skype unknown to me that was all about that pretty much kept people up to speed with what was going on with me and her. You know, talking about other random shit, sure, but anything that any of them noticed that might have been off after Kayla joined the group.
Fucking Aria donned the nickname Voidfucker onto me. That was where that originated from.
Well,
the chat anyway.
Yeah. So after that, Cameron went pretty. That one wasn't bad for the long as it lasted. It was only around and nearing prom when it really took like a south hit and just like shot down.
God. What?
Get off my face! No!
I did.
Fuck!
Huh?
It took a lot of my own willpower to not.
Here.
At prom,
No. No.
so
I
at
wanna
prom,
go this way.
at prom, Addison can vouch for this. I began bringing up the notion about breaking up with her because of some of the comments she was making about me at prom. First moment I showed Addison the messages that Camber had been sending to me, I had to make sure that that message didn't go through because it was something else.
No! Fuck! Anyway.
I know he won't admit it, by the way.
What?
The message you almost sent to Kiamber, but I had to.
Oh yeah, that! Yeah, not my proudest moment, but definitely one of the more fun ones.
And I'm gonna share what brought it up to that moment because it needs to be known what caused the whole controversy there, even though it is a pretty controversial topic, but in order to understand what happened, it needs to be said. Kiamber made a lot of suicidal threats to me. Primarily, she would say basically that unless I spent this much amount of time with her, or like because I was out doing something else, she was feeling suicidal. And I, being the kind-hearted guy I am, I try to, make everybody happy, while in the process completely destroying my own psyche. So once again, I slipped into this weird metal morph of depression / anger because I was once again locked in a situation where if I want everybody to be happy, I gotta suffer. And once again, but Kiamber was something different. Kiamber was the first person I'd ever allowed join the Olytale group chat next to those who are part of Olytale in general. Oh, there's my map. So, at prom, I did the deed and broke up with Kiamber. Now, if Kiamber had, done anything different than what she did, anything at all, it could have been maybe a different story and it couldn't have gone out in such a dark note. But the first thing Kiamber did after I broke up with her and cut the cord, so to speak, she messages me claiming to be her sister, saying she found Kiamber in the bathroom, her wrist slit, dead.
I was fine, you asshole. Sorry, Ethan's being mean to me.
It's cool. I expected as much anyway. She then messages me a day later about that comment, saying sorry that was rude, and I'm like, no, that's it. Because she very clearly lied about what she did to try to win me back, which makes no sense in that logic. Like, and those two experiences there made me have to think about myself a little bit. So, and then I realized so I did some talking to myself. I said, self, I realized something about me is that I have a hard time holding down relationships of any kind. And at first I began chalking it up to as just I jump into things too quickly, and while that could also very fairly be accurate, is I tend to get love struck pretty quick, but it turns out to only be a crush, and it kind of falters out the toilet. I can hear Ethan in the background. It sounds like he's being a smart ass.
He is! He's an asshole! Cuz I can't fucking dodge it that way, you dumbass!
Addison... So, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it. So, senior year comes and goes. I improve my own image of myself a bit more because prom was a pretty big thing that boosted my own self consciousness because my club was recognized at graduation.
Wait, do that. Jump
Which-
over and then straight back. Couldn't do a straight line after you do it.
Which for me was a huge deal, as Addison knows, as I have never stopped talking about it. My club honestly meant a good amount to me. It meant a lot to me. I could safely say I wouldn't know some of the other people I know if it wasn't for that club.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that had happened to me in terms of relationships had gotten me wondering, and I said to myself, self, what if my thought process for that was weird, but I began to think to myself because I like making everybody happy. I like trying to make people smile. My favorite thing is when people are happy around me. Sadly, I do this at the risk of my own joy. Then quit playing it, for God damn it! What is with all these fucking creepers? Just straight up. They are goddamn everywhere. It is so unbelievably annoying. Dude, I'd get out from under there if I were you. I'm patching this whole thing up. I thought maybe that I just couldn't be held down to one person. And at first that made me feel gross because I thought that meant I was just some weird freak who
Thanks,
just...
buddy.
What?
Oh, shit.
Wait, were you talking to me or were you talking to Ethan? Who are you talking to anymore? Now you're confusing the hell out of me.
I was making a joke at your comment, Cody.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't. To be fair, I'm not even insulting you because the family I was raised in isn't exactly
I just gotta wait here till 30 seconds.
Well, my mom is a little more accepting of people. My dad, on the other hand, is very cut corner, so to speak. It's interesting. Maybe I'll bring up my dad maybe later on. That's an entire can of worms for another day. Yeah, there's about 38 minutes of me telling you guys a little bit about my past. Now, if you guys have any questions about all that, I am all but happy to answer them, so it's time to shift over to the Q&A part of it. If questions want to be asked, then fire away. While I focus on building this town up a little more. I need to do some landscaping. The problem is it's frickin' above the hill level. Either I gotta build up the hill level, or I gotta try to... I don't know what I'm gonna do here.
I fucking love this guy.
Who?
This little black goopy guy on Super Meat Boy, you can stick to ceilings and so you can jump back between corners. I'm just sliding across the ceiling.
Same though.
Ethan, don't hate me. Respect my skill.
Skittles? I like Skittles.
Get a less than bronze.
You don't have to Google random questions, Hitsune. Honestly, just if there's a question, any just a genuine curious. If there's just a genuine question you are honestly curious about, I will answer it with the utmost honesty. I am an open book. I'm not afraid to answer certain questions. So, if there's something about me you're genuinely curious about, chat, just fire away.
Oh, fuck you, Ethan!
Oh, my neck finally popped and that felt amazing. Funny. But like I said, if you have like literally any question, I am more than happy to answer it. So
Cody,
what? Pop. Was that?
if you're gay, measured an 8 out of 10, how gay would you be?
Wait, what? Your question confused the hell out of me.
Exactly.
Maybe that's like a joke between gay guys because I don't get it.
It's not, Cody. It's literally just me being stupid.
Fair enough.
This happens quite frequently, doesn't it, Fit?
But yeah. Oh.
That first initial jump makes me so happy.
Oh, wait, no, now that I think about it, there is a little bit of a topic I can bring up, and it was brought up to me from the weirdest place.
Can you hear me on the stream?
They should be. Make sure sharing's enabled for your make sure that they should. Make sure all that sharing.
See the start of this really quick.
There's a major echo, actually. Weird. There shouldn't be any echo. Unless you're, like, playing something on your end, Addison, that's forcing them to be able to hear an echo. Like, are you watching the stream with the audio on your end?
Nope.
Weird.
Watch this shit, Ethan.
Watch it. It's great. I can't.
Like, I've had people look at me, like, really afraid to ask questions because they don't know what questions that I'm willing to answer. I'm going to say right now, Kitsune, for your benefit, I am an open and shut book. If there's, like, a question you genuinely want to know about me, like, even if it's, like, oddballish, feel free to answer. And
Feel free to ask.
so, yeah, feel free to ask and I'll answer. You know what I meant. Don't get hypercritical.
I just wanted to give you shit for it. You know I love you.
Fuck you.
Tell your mom I said hi.
She's getting propane.
She's getting cocaine?
Propane, you smartass. Yes, no, my mom is getting cocaine, yes. Bag face, welcome to the stream.
I was like, she's getting cocaine, and he looks up. I'm going to his house.
I mean, no, I should not say that on stream. So, do I think YouTube could ever become a career for me? That's a very good question. The truth of the matter is, honestly, yes. Well, maybe. Also, wait, there's one important thing I need to do. Boop! There we go. Had to fix something. And I fixed it. So, I had to mod Kitsune real fast. I kept meaning to do that, but I kept spacing on it.
I also need to do that too.
Well, but, No. Yeah, I honestly would love to make a career out of YouTubing. I love making videos. I love doing my streams. I love doing all of it. But with only 100 subs, the best thing I could do would be to do what all the YouTubers are doing nowadays and open a Patreon account and beg for money, and I'm not a guy to do that.
Cody, it's okay, I'll beg for money for you. I'm poor and cannot afford rent.
Yeah, join the club. If I want to move in with you and Devin, I need to get some kind of cash income flowing, and right now I'm still waiting on some of the paperwork to go
No
through.
longer. Dude, I gotta find a different place because the house we were looking at got taken.
I mean, I found an apartment.
Ethan, stop being responsible and intelligent. We don't do that here.
How'd you come up to do a 100 sub stream? Well, because 100 subs for me is a pretty impressive milestone, especially considering how my channel kind of started with nothing and then all of a sudden evolved into what it is now.
My channel still has 17 subscribers.
Because we don't talk about Addison's. We don't talk about Addison's channel. Addison's channel is the black sheep of the family. He just goes quiet.
What'd you say, Cody?
Oh, I said we don't talk about Addison's channel. Addison's channel is the black sheep of the family.
Oh yeah.
10 out of 10.
Dude, I commit like the biggest taboo of any YouTuber and forget to upload on a constant basis.
Addison's channel, you can actually find it on my... If you go to the channel's homepage and you scroll over and you see something that says... Look over to it and say... and it says other nerds. It says just his channel is straight up just Addison. However, when I've tried to look it up, it never comes up, which is hilarious to me. Why did I start YouTube? That is a very good question.
Chuck Conroy. Short?
Oh, very true. I started watching a YouTuber. His name is Chugga Conroy. And his videos always made me laugh. They always put me in a great mood. So I thought to myself, I said, what if I started doing this? You know, what if I started making videos that made people happy?
Fuck my ass!
I had to think of the other videos that make people happy.
What?
I said Addison thinking of the other videos that make people happy because you said fuck my ass. I was making a porn joke.
I heard it, Cody.
No, coconut. Yeah, Coconut TV, we don't do shout out. I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation with you before. That's another rule I gotta add to the stream is no free shout outs. I mean, I'll say your name if I see you in the stream, but I won't just...
Here, let me shout out your channel without knowing any of your content. Let me go ahead and give my viewers an example of something that I might not like.
Like, for example, I'll shout out Addison's channel for the sole purpose of I know his content. Mine and his content are pretty much identical.
Knows it's shitty and that I need, financial help.
Bro, same. But... yeah, anyway, where was I going? Oh, right. Starting YouTube. And so, well, then when I was young, I uploaded my first video, which was literally just titled, and I think it's still up. It's called My First Video. Creatively enough, because I was a scrub. And then I finally returned to uploading almost a year later when I started uploading Pokemon Dark Rising. I sued to Addison.
Thank you, Bagface, for the sue.
Addison, you said you had no financial fund. Now you're even more broke. You have even
Thank
less
you,
money.
Bagface, for the sue.
This just has less money.
I truly do value your sewage, and I will use it to make beautiful drinking water.
Gross.
You know
Anyway.
they do that, right?
Huh?
You know, right?
That's how the sewage comes. That's how. Yeah, that's kind of how our fucking society works, and I hate it. But I need
Why?
water, so.
It's purified.
They say so are Catholic priests. I need to be careful with those jokes.
Hey, they also say the Catholic priest creeps on little Timmy, and what do we know is true? Little Timmy.
You know that's the gag I was going for, right? You know I was going for the whole Catholic priest thing with creeping on kids. That just probably lost me every sub I got. YouTube's gonna take my channel down because of that joke.
Cody Games channel. Unsubscribe.
Dick. Build a wall. Trump saw, let's build a wall. No, we're not. I'm not gonna get political here. But yeah, it was really other YouTubers that started getting me going into this, and it was watching other YouTubers going on even further, which made me want to branch out and do some other content. Like, I plan to create like a cinema channel where I upload small skits, make the Minecraft community pay for it. So fucked up.
Well, all of you filthy Minecrafters are balls.
Addison, you are not one.
Awesome
Addison, you're not one to talk.
vendors.
Addison, you're not one to talk.
That pickle has hairs on it. Yeet.
Bitch me.
I don't understand coconut, but that's okay.
Yeah, alright. I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead.
We live under the life motto of you do you, boo boo.
Yeah, so, what would your content... What would I like my content to be? Oh,
Funny.
I would love... What?
Funny.
Fuck off. I just think I'm funny. Asshole. But no, what I want my content to be is... Realistically, like Addison said, I want my content to be entertaining. Whether you're laughing at me and my stupidity or laughing with me and my dumb jokes.
Oh
Or laughing at Addison failing at Super Meat Boy.
Baby, come comfort me. I need someone. No.
And Addison's dying slowly on the inside.
I am a broken man.
This is why, Addison, we don't play Super Meat Boy. Who's my favorite YouTuber? Like I just said, and I'm not afraid to bring up these things because...
PewDiePie.
No, fuck off. Straight up no, and I will say that up and down with a straight face.
50 million fake subs. 50 million fake subs.
I'm calling you out, Pewds. Come and get me. Biggest YouTuber in the world versus the one who's probably the least threatening. Let's go. My body is ready. But no, my favorite YouTuber still has to be Chucka Conroy without a question because he's just super real with his subscribers. He's super real. He treats them like actual humans, unlike a certain Swedish guy, and don't care to mention.
Or a certain white-ass German guy who doesn't post anymore and only has 17 subscribers.
You hear that, Kitsune? He doesn't look at his subscribers as people.
Yeah, but Kitsune is also my boyfriend, so...
But Kitsune is also your subscriber.
Quick, unsubscribe.
You just poked a... You just poked a huge hole in your little bit of logic there. It's like... My subscribers are people to me, but Kitsune's a subscriber. But yeah, but Kitsune's my boyfriend, but he's also a subscriber. Quick, unsubscribe. Wait, then you're not calling me a person, you shit!
Got it.
You're an asshole.
Bam. Skip it.
But yeah. Chicken Conroy, when he does his videos, he just feels really happy about it. I may not be a people. You don't know anything. Kitsune might not be a people? Interesting. Addison, you're dating a robot.
I'm okay with that. One of them nifty sex robots.
Oh my god, those things are creepy.
I want one.
Why?
I mean, what?
Go waste your money at a strip club if you're gonna buy a fucking strip. He's a poop.
See, but those can have HIVs and AIDS.
Yeah, and a robot has, I don't know, mechanical parts that once you stick your dick in it, it hurts like a motherfucker. Don't ask how I know this.
See, but no.
Alright, but yeah. Floor is back open to new questions. I need to get more of this acacia.
I happen to know, however, that Kitsune is the most adorable person ever. And Cody doesn't want to agree with me for fear of making him angry.
Not really. That's not even really the reason I haven't answered.
Because you know you just don't want to...
No, because really it's not my place to say.
Damn it, Cody. I was relying on you.
Hey, my mama didn't raise no liar. It's not my place to say. If Kitsune needs some time to...
Alright, this isn't a compliment Kitsune stream, it fucking is.
Hey, I gotta kind of go...
Fucking cute.
Where did this topic change to? This is an 100 sub stream. This is a 100 sub stream celebrating my channel, not... Have you listened to Find a Way?
No thank you, Bagface.
Yes, Bagface, I have actually listened to that meme, and while Addison probably hates it more than any other human being I know, I actually find it rather entertaining. What?
It's
probably because it's already been so blown out of proportion, it's not even funny. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I close?
Oh no, I just...
I mean, like I said, I understand why Addison doesn't like it. Everybody likes and dislikes their own things, and that's cool. It makes us human. It makes us what we are.
We're getting philosophical up in this bitch right as you walk past the scientists.
But, yeah. Really weird question, though, that I've had asked to me recently by somebody. And it's actually a friend of mine who was around during the whole Kayla thing. All right, can someone block him? Moderators? Oh, no, hang on. Oh, I'll be right out.
Thank you, Coconut. Don't be a bitch, though.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, Kitsune.
Oh my god, Kitsune is a fucking god.
Thank you, Kitsune.
Babe, you're such a responsible moderator.
Yeah, you're already 20 times the moderator Addison is.
Damn right. But I'm more of a vocal moderator.
Did I know that I'm inspiring? I don't think I'm really inspiring.
Cody,
What?
you inspired Kitsune and I to get together.
That wasn't
By
me.
introducing us on stream.
That wasn't even really me. You guys just happened to be on the stream at the right place at the right time. I really had nothing to do with it. Ow! Okay, in the ear. What? Not really.
Yes, it was.
Not super especially. Hang on, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some dinner. Addison, entertain the group. I'll be right back.
So, a guy walks into a bar, right?
need are a pair of
And he sees this other guy sitting at the counter.
No script.
And he walks up to this guy and he's like, you know, hey man, how's it going? He responds, hey, it's going pretty good. How about you? Oh, it's going pretty good. What do you recommend? Well, I don't have any recommend. I'll tell you what. If you listen to my story, I'll buy you a drink. And he goes, okay, seems harmless enough. And so the guy goes on, so, legend tells of a physics-breaking voodoo magic in the building across the way. And he goes, nah, fuck, no, bullshit, dude. He goes, no, it's true. If you go up to the 13th floor and jump, you'll just randomly start floating before you hit the ground. He goes, ah, bullshit. And he's like, nah, I'll show you. And he goes, and he jumps, right? He goes up to the 13th floor and he jumps. And right before he hits the ground, he stops. The guy goes, oh, fuck yeah, dude, I want to try. So he goes up to the 13th floor, and he just fucking splatters on the ground. The guy walks back into the bar, and the bartender goes, you know, you're a jerk when you're drunk, Superman.
Man, I was glad to come back in time to hear that. Anyway, so what were we talking about before I had to leave and go get shit? I was answering someone's question, but I don't remember the question. Fuck. Oh yeah, no, the whole inspiring thing.
Nobody liked my joke, it's okay.
Yeah, because it was funny. Do you see YouTube as an outlet for your opinions, thoughts, emotions, etc., or as a means of entertaining others? Honestly, it's a good mix of both. It's a good mix of both. I like to make sure that all my viewers are entertained, that everyone has a reason to stick around and enjoy the stream.
I see. So, Cody and I differ here, honestly, quite a bit. He sees it as the entertainment aspect, whereas I guess for me, you could go ahead and try to word it as I'm in it for more of the thoughts, opinions, emotional sort of thing.
What's up with all this cobblestone?
Because he'll stream and, you know, be funny and animated. And when I stream, I'm laid back, chill, and I interact with chat, which is why I don't post videos that aren't streams.
See, yeah, that's where me and Addison differ. I'm a Let's Player. If I want to get my voice across about the game I'm playing, I have to be vocal about it. Addison, in his way, is laid back. He's very chill. Pretty much any game he plays, except Super Meat Boy, that he starts to get mad at.
Super Meat Boy too.
Not when you were streaming it the last time. You started to get slightly tilted with it.
Bruh. That is true.
But I look at it
because I was trying to be good.
I look at YouTube as a way to connect with the world in a way I never could really do it before. YouTube is, even with all of its faults and all of its weird glitchy algorithms, it's a community. And right now, thanks to all the subs, all the nerds who backed this channel, Addison, Dan, Rye, everybody else who happens to be watching this stream. It's thanks to all of them that I'm where I am today. I couldn't have gotten as far as I have without them.
Fuck, I'll be right back. I gotta put shit away before ants get to it.
Yeah, I'd go do that. So I just have all of my subs. And yes, there'll be guys like he might even still be in the stream watching, and I'm gonna say it anyway. There'll be guys like Coconut TV. There'll be guys like Donnie Bobs. There'll be guys like all of them. There'll be guys everywhere just trying to